Hey, this is Mark coming to you from Baker's Green Acres, and today's the 16th of March, Friday. Friday's always been my favorite day of the week ever since I was a little kid, and when I get up on Friday, I just kind of have this special feeling like it's the weekend, you know? I don't know, I think my father used to take us out and do stuff on Friday nights once in a while, and so. But I just came down and I dropped a bale down here with, this is some of my more mature sows, and they just get to hang out and be, and you know, have their babies growing inside of them. They get treated real good, and you know, it's just a beautiful day out. Not a cloud in the sky. We had a couple inches of snow last night, and it's pretty mild out, so it's really, really beautiful. And I come down and I'm thinking, you know, I kind of yearn for just making videos of fun stuff. But then I thought, you know, categorize the problems that you have as a farmer. And that's, you know, a lot of people are kind of getting into farming now. It's a quality of life issue, and, you know, the food that you produce on your own will take you into your 70s and 80s a lot better off than the stuff you get from the store, and that's why a lot of people are doing it. It's way of life. It's way of life. But along the way, we have problems, and sometimes I have problems with the health of the animals. Not anymore. I've kind of gotten through that for now. Sometimes we have problems with the wind blowing stuff over our fences. Sometimes we have fence problems, animals getting out. Sometimes, you name it. I mean, you have problems. Lately, I've had to make these videos about the problem with the Department of Agriculture. And it's almost kind of, I'm almost kind of hesitant to make this video because the Department of Agriculture is seen as like a mainstay. Like, you can't criticize them, you know. They're agricultural people. And what I have seen with them is they're anything but. They're wannabes. You know, in my world, these animals are really here, and they really need to be fed, and they really need to be bedded. So my financial responsibilities are real as far as they're concerned. They're real. There's no make-believe. In the minds and the lives of the people that work for the Department of Agriculture, at least the ones that I'm dealing with right now, I don't know them all, and I'm sure they're good people. It's just their world is different than my world. And their world is offices that they don't pay for. It's, you know, driving around in cars that they don't put the gas in, and doing duties that they're assigned to. Here, I have to assign myself to do this, you know, and if I don't do what I'm supposed to do, then I wind up with a train wreck on my hands, and I got to deal with it, you know. But in the mind of the bureaucrat, you know, somebody that works for one of these bureaus, they live in a make-believe world compared to my world. You know, I have real things to do. I don't have time to deal with their shenanigans, but they have all the time in the world to engage in shenanigans. That's their world. And then, you know, all the stuff that they have put me and my family through, at the end of the week, they still get paid. The DNR attacked my animals and said that my animals are no good. And it affected my market greatly, all right? It was the major problem was my customers were afraid of my product. And now we have MDA, DNR, they're the same thing really, when you come right down to it. They have MDA that's going into my establishments where I sell products and saying that I'm under investigation. As far as I know, I'm not. I think I would be alerted to that. But it's the same thing. And to them, to this individual that did this Josh Feisk, he's not thinking that this is going to affect how I feed my children. And I mean, this dude's got children too, I assume. So they live in a make-believe world. And so they take these actions and they'll say things like, well, I'm just doing my job. Or food safety is number one. Well, we've never gotten anybody sick. And if we did get somebody sick, would that individual go to the MDA? No, they would come back to us, or they would go back to the store we sold it to, and it's never happened because we take great care in what we do. And the reason we take great care in what we do is because we have pride in what we do. And I'm wondering about the MDA, where they stand on pride, or is it just ritual that they go through? Anyway, I really don't think we need them. Here I am, I'm involved in agriculture up to my keister, and the MDA has served no purpose in my life except to extort money from me for a piece of paper that nobody ever gives a damn about anyway. Nobody ever even sees it. It says on the piece of paper that I'm supposed to, put it up in my shop. Well, we never have. We've just always kept it in a file, I guess, in the bathroom. But yeah, that's my perspective on these folks, and I think you all need to know this because as small farmers, we all have to deal with them. And you may have an inspector or a whatever that comes around and, yeah, really nice guy. Oh, he's a really nice guy. Yeah, but what do they do for you? And like with the stroke of the pen, they can arbitrarily put you out of business. And that's what they are doing to me right now. So I think people just need to think about that because we need to bring up the awareness on this situation. I can feel what's going on with every fiber in my body, and a lot of people can't. So the awareness has to be up. And with these videos about this situation that's going on, you have to realize that it's me, it's my family right now, but you're next, unless you do something about it. And I'm not saying what we're going to do, but for now, a term we have in the military is force multiplication. And by sharing these videos or making some videos on your own, how about some videographers coming out to our farm, make videos and do some interviews and share them around? Because these bureaucracies that are running ruckshot in this state are not doing things that are in the best interest of the people. As a matter of fact, it's against the best interest of the people. I have a friend that's Russian, out of Russia, very educated person, and was appalled with something that Henry Kissinger said. And we as Americans, we didn't really key on it, I don't think. But Henry Kissinger said, if you control the oil, you control countries. But if you control the food, you control the people. And I'm sorry to say this, my friends, but I think that that's what this is all about. This is control of food. They want the food supply centralized and taken away from us family farms. I'm sorry to say that, but I believe that that is true because that is the direction that they're going. This has nothing to do with food safety, this latest siege against my farm and my property. Has nothing to do with food safety. They have never been concerned at all about food safety because all they do is put out a piece of paper that I have to pay $150 for, and they never come and look once what we're doing. This guy was taking stuff out of the store. Was he sampling it to see if it's wholesome? No, I don't think so. And he went into a store that had probably 50,000 different products on the shelf, but all he took was stuff from Baker's Green Acres. And then told the lady that runs the store that we're under investigation. You think that that doesn't spread like wildfire to the other farmers and to the other retailers, the restaurants? That was an attempt to destroy my business. And that is what we are dealing with. So this is like a plague, same as if we had sickness or wind or tornadoes. We have the MDA. They are like a plague on the small farmer. And I think we have to look at this and we have to say, who benefits from this? And then we'll find out what's going on. Okay, Mark from Baker's Green Acres. Remember, anyone can farm.